Welcome to the More Love, More Life podcast. Today, we're talking about manhood. We're talking about spirits. We're talking about curses. We're talking about how we pass our beliefs down to another. So as I sit here in my gangster mentality, I pass this along to my nephew. But as I understand now, we pass what we are. We can only teach what we know. We are now learning more. And our people need to learn more. So today, this podcast is showing you what you are is what you teach your son, what you teach your daughter. But today is on manhood. So did you really teach your son how to be a man? Do you examine yourself and understand, are you really a man? So we're going to go into what is a man? Is a man anger or is a man love? Is a man tough or is a man compassion? What is a man? Do he forgive or do he seek revenge? Do he cause harm or do he love his people? What is love? What is a man? So let's go into it. Because as I dress like this, I now see this is what's going along our neighborhood. And we are at the bottom of everything. Except we number one in the prison system. We're at the bottom on education. We're at the bottom on jobs. Why? Because we are teaching what we are. Fathers are not in the house. So a mother teaches a son how to be a man. If a daddy is in the house, did he ever get taught how to be a man? Did he ever get taught how to regulate his emotions? These are questions we got to go into. We got to start getting deep with this. Our neighborhoods are dying. Our people are dying. Why? From ignorance, knowledge, wisdom. We need to spread this. So today, I'm here with my nephew. And it hurts me to tell you, he's Crazo. He followed my footsteps. But now I see it wasn't right. So we're going to play this out to show you what he learned from me, because he was looking up to me to teach him how to be a man, and I could only teach him what I knew. It's on you, Crazo. What you had to ask me?
Yeah, you got me pondering. Basically, I'm going to go straight to the question of, so as I listen to you, I want to ask you, who taught you how to be a man, since we talk about being a man?
You know who taught me how to be a man? The neighborhood taught me how to be a man. My daddy taught me how to be a man. My mother taught me how to be a man. My brothers and sisters taught me how to be a man. They all taught me what they thought a man was. But as I answer that question, you have to understand my parents came from the segregation movement. So his belief of being a man was to stand on your 2 feet and be tough. So I took that in. But that toughness turned against us because everybody in my generation got that same message in the hood. So that toughness turned. Pops was fighting the white man. As I got old, I wasn't fighting the white man, but I had to be tough. So who did I end up fighting? Colors came along, Crip and Blood, red and blue. So I'm going to show him who I am. I'm going to pick up a pistol and show him I'm tough. That taught me how to be a man, bro. But you know what? Being that man, I did 99 years in the prison system.
Because that's what I remember. Now you mentioned compassion and love. You know, I don't remember. All I remember is the tough part. You know, that's why I end up doing time. And I felt like, yeah, this is what being a man is, just being tough and being able to, you know, survive behind these bars and be on the street and somebody look at you and they like, oh yeah, that's Crazo. So, you know, all the compassion was like, I never really seen that, like, cause all I seen was like y'all defending y'all side and growing up, I seen y'all, you know, with the guns and the different weapons protect. It was like an army to me. That's how I looked at it. But it was more or less, I look around and it's our own people that we doing this to, but it was pushed to the side. I was just stuck on being hard and being tough and being a gangster. So now that I hear you saying these different things, I'm kind of confused as to what a man actually is, because that's what I thought a man was, you know.
Yeah.
Get off our block, you know, protecting yourself. You know, I started lifting weights, doing 1 million push-ups every day because I felt like that's how you intimidate people, walking around with your chest puffed out, not even smiling. I couldn't, like, laugh at no jokes because everybody, you know, look at me like, what you laughing at? So, I was just confused. So I'm really here to ask you, like, truly, what made you actually become a man, and then where are you at now, and do you look at what a man is different now that you older?
Yeah, I'm just now becoming a man, Crazo. And I'm sorry I taught you them things because that's what was taught to me. The hood taught me to be a man was to be angry. But I didn't look at that because what I'm saying is we didn't critically think. We didn't go deeper. We just did what we seen. You followed me. You see what I did, you did it.
Tradition.
I packed the pistol, you packed the pistol.
Right.
But those have to change because all knowledge is in them books. But we didn't even want to read, bro.
Let me ask you this question. We gonna get on that too with the reading also. But I wanna go back to the whole packing a gun. So it popped up in my head like, so if you packing a gun, that mean you was in fear? Because I looked at it like, show no fear. That's what y'all used to always teach me. Don't, you got to be tough. Don't cry. But if you saying you was packing a gun, that mean you was fearing something, right? So I'm saying, what was you actually fearing?
I was fearing for my life, dog, and I didn't know it. I mean, that was a deep question you asked me. And that's what most gangsters don't understand. We think we gangsters and we out here doing our crip, our blood, we doing our thing. But in reality, if we packing that pistol, we fearing for our life. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to show them, look at me now. Look at me. Why the hell I'm dressed like this? Because I'm a monster. Don't come approach me. But that is radiating fear when you look deep into it because it's saying I'm a lion with no teeth. Look at me.
Because of the uniform,
right.
Basically.
But that attracts what? That attracts the police because he's driving down the street too. He see me. So I'm telling him who I am. I'm a killer of black men. And that's why I'm waking up, bro. This is all this uniform is doing. It's telling the world who I am. And now we glorifying this uniform within the rap music, on television. The shows are glorifying us as this. So the youngsters are seeing it too. That's a man. That's not a man. You know what that man did to me? That man showed me that I'm a man, but now I'm a man with no retirement. I'm a man that did 29, 39, 49 years in the prison system. I'm a man that walked the yard. I'm a man that lifted them weights. Is that a man? Oh, you know what? Let's go deeper. I'm realizing that is the mark of the beast. That is the 666. We keep thinking this mark is on your head. We keep thinking this is a physical aspect. But the mark of the beast, the devil, is in the mind. And he has taken the mind of the hood. And this uniform is from the devil. Because what is it glorifying? What is it signifying? Killing. That's what I was teaching you. Killing my people. Bro.
Because it always wasn't Crips and Bloods. That's why I was like, this couldn't have been the ultimate plan for us, man. That's why I'm kind of confused. And then it sounded like contradiction because how you talking now and how I looked at it. Like what a man was, like, like how you say, I did 45. To me, I used to love seeing my OGs come home and survive that. We looked at it like, oh, they hard. That's a man. He survived all them years. So now I'm starting to wonder. It seemed like it's just hypocrisy to me.
I went to jail at 15, bro. Pay attention. This is what I'm saying. The mind is so powerful, and we are not using the mind because we thinking we're a man by doing what we're doing. But if I went to jail at 15 and I got out at 55, don't look at, oh, he's a man, he's tough. Look at what did I have to go through for those 40 years. I didn't have no woman. Did I sit there and gain knowledge for them 40 years? Or was I fighting? Was I killing? Was I stabbing? Was I fighting for noodles? What was I doing? Was I walking the yard with my chest pumped up? Was I hitting them rates? Was I doing them push-ups? For what? You got to understand, you keep saying we controlled by the man. But is the man in that prison system or is the man running that prison system? Is he getting stock money from that prison?
It seems like the man is and I'm pointing at my brain, but really it's your mind, because your mind you can't see. That's a transcendent phenomenon. But it seems like the man is in here, how you perceive what a man is. That's what it's starting to look like to me, because a lot of things that I looked at and thought was a man is starting to seem like, I don't know, it's a lot of contradiction.
It is, bro. But as I was doing time, I realized everything I did, I learned. I learned from what I was around. So if someone taught me different, if they taught me how to run a business, if they taught me what love was, if they taught me what compassion was, if they let me cry, maybe I could have regulated my emotions. But growing up, I couldn't even cry because cry was considered weak.
Yeah.
Instead of somebody saying, hey, what are you feeling? They said, don't cry.
Yeah, are you a punk? Or
you're
like,
a punk, you're a
soft.
man.
You soft.
So now I came with the conclusion that a man was what? Anger. A man was these. And these what led me to that prison system.
Steady fight.
And I'm going to tell you a story as I learned how to be a man. I remember my granddaddy came over one day when I was 8 years old. And the neighbor used to always pick on me. The neighbor was a teenager. He was about 18 years old. Well, he'd come pick me up by my head, by my ears. And he did this in front of my granddaddy. And my granddaddy probably in his 50s. But my granddaddy looked and he said, hey, that's my grandson. And that teenager, I'm figuring, oh, he finna check my granddaddy. He's old. He finna knock this man out. My granddaddy pulled out a pistol, bro, a little Chrome 44, and said, hey, don't you ever touch my grandson again. I looked in that dude's eye, and I seen fear in his eye. And he put that pistol just right here, man, and that dude looked at my granddaddy with so much fear, respect, and he didn't make a move. My granddaddy said, I'm not playing with you. You ever touch my grandson again, I'll kill you. This is how curses go. From that point on, what my granddaddy taught me was this. Guns is power. I became a gun freak after that. Why? Because he gave me a lesson that gun was power. So that gun led me to the prison system. So we are learning from our people. Our ancestors are teaching us what they believe. But if he could have handled that different and said, young man, come over here and let me talk to you. And had a conversation with him on a compassionate level, I'd have picked that up. But what I picked up was that weapon is powerful. Because after that, that teenager didn't bother me again. Because he knew I had my granddaddy that would come over there. And my mind was just in confusion because I just thought this dude was finna handle this old man. But the power of that pistol spoke volumes.
So that's probably why I was infatuated with guns.
That is. We transfer our curses, bro, but we can transfer our blessings the same way.
Back to the books, yep, because it just popped in my head now. What if that gun would have been a book and I was infatuated with books? Where that would have led me, because when I was in prison, it was all about being tough, and our guns was knives, still a form. It was just like we was just steady fighting. When actually, I could have been infatuated with books because I actually had a vocational class, supposed to be learning how to fix refrigerators and air conditioners. But guess what I did?
What?
I felt like that was a nerd and a punk, and you soft, you up in here learning. We supposed to be, tough and got your shank ready. We in class, but this is prison. So I missed out on learning some stuff. I could have fixed my refrigerator when it broke. You know how much money I could have saved, and we could have felt cool if I would have fixed that AC myself. But I chose to just be tough, and what I thought a man was, I'm just doing these push-ups in class and, playing these little games and, using my anger to press my line when I'm in the classroom and could have learned some things. I could have been infatuated with the books and the knowledge.
Right.
So it's like I feel like now I wasted all these years now that we sitting here talking, but nobody ever talked to me like this. I always looked at y'all a different way. So now my question is, how did you come to this point where you it's like you changed your whole thought process changed? How did that happen?
Bro, I came to this point, bro. I had a connection with God, bro.
Awakening or like
awakening, enlightenment. I was sitting there and I was just in confusion, and God communicated with me. And he told me. I asked him, why am I what I am? And he answered me, bro. He showed me your past is your reality. It's cause and effect. The things you do is what you're going to be in the future. So if you run in the street and you packing pistol, you dealing rocks, you got keys, you're going state to state, you're making money, where's that going to lead you in the future? Where's that going to lead you when that runs out? Where's that going to lead you when you need a skill?
So you basically let yourself become a hostage to your past.
That is. I could have said it no better. But we have to start realizing what karma is. We think karma is something instant. Karma is your life at this point. If this is your life, what did you do back then? Because it's effect of the cause. So now, as we preach and we talk, this will change our life in the future. But we, as black people, we, as people in the ghetto, we, as people in poverty, we want things so fast. Why? We've been in bondage for 400 years, so now that we got a little freedom, it's time to party. It's time to get out there and shake your thing and do what you want to do. But you're teaching that now to your kid. You're free. So go out here and learn. Go out here and gain that knowledge. Go out here and get what you have to get. Because you're preparing your children. You're preparing your nieces, your nephew for a future. And if you teaching them negativity, again, the mark of the beast is what we've been living, bro. That mark is symbolic.
What's the mark of the beast?
666 that they say he gonna mark on your head. But what we not understanding is it's a spiritual thing. It's the things you do. It's the way your mind think. So if you go out here and you cripping, you blooding, and you killing each other, who are you living for? You're not living for God. You're not living for goodness. You're living for evil. You're living for destruction. You're living for chaos. Who is that? That is the devil, bro. So now they go put this music in your head. We know we are a frequency being. We vibe on a frequency. But that frequency that puts out in that music, got your little daughter over here shaking her rump. Got your son over here shaking his thing at an early age. Why?
Crip walking, listening. Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah. Because earlier I was listening to Snoop.
In the music, bro. Yeah. Pay attention to this. You spoke of Snoop. What did Snoop do on the Super Bowl? He come out like I am. So shouldn't that be like a Ku Klux Klan, a racial thing? You promoting Crip? You telling the world through your uniform who you are? Man, we got to go deep in this, man. If we're going to change this, it's time to stand up. It's time to know who you are. It's time to say, not my child.
So what does standing up look like to you, just to tell the people before we close out?
Standing up means every person got to take responsibility for his own being, because the things you do affect the world. You may not realize you that powerful, but if you promote negativity, then it's going through your family, it's going through your wife, your children, and everybody else. But if you change and you promote love, peace, and happiness, they learning that from you. The world is learning that because the frequency you own is going out to the world.
So I feel like I was institutionalized, or I am. I want to know, like, just be honest with me. Do you think it's too late for me?
It's never too late. It's never too late. Once you wake up.
Because I learned from you, and it seemed like, you know, you 20 years older than me, but it seemed like you, where you at right now, I want to get there. I just never thought that was being a man, but now you got me changing my train of thought.
But what is a man? A man is love. A man is compassion. A man is empathy. A man provide. All these is a man.
So it ain't just being tough and protecting yourself.
You can protect your woman, but that don't mean protect the way we protect it. Our whole image is come out and protect. I'm this. That's just showing you a being that's in fear.
Right.
I have to show the world this is who I am. I did 29 years in the prison system, so I can't even go get a job. Because it's a proven fact that a white man can come out of prison and he got a better chance of getting a job than a black man that haven't been to prison. So a black man that's been in prison, man, you at the bottom of the barrel.
Wow.
But you have to start creating your own, bro. Because everything you do radiate through your family, your lineage. And then you start seeing your children acting the way you don't want them to act, but you won't be honest with yourself and say, why are they acting like that? Look where they getting the learning from.
I never even looked at it like that.
None of us do. Because we all want to think we better than we are. To go into yourself takes courage.
But I always tell my kids, don't be like me and thinking that they get it.
Right. Don't be like you. But your actions speak louder than your words.
And my uniform.
Right. You can be a hypocrite. I want you to love the world. But daddy, you got a 45 in your car. You packing your pistol. You was at the light and that man said something and you jumped out the car with your gun to chase them off. They watching your actions. Your words mean nothing. What are your actions?
So it's time for me to wake up.
Right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. This is one of the deepest talks we had, man. I don't know if you noticed the calmness. You know, I usually don't like when it's quiet like this, but I really love this right here.
Well, I seen your Crazo uniform and outfit, bro, and I knew that was from here. I'm changing, but I have to lose this outfit I got on. This outfit is killing me, but it's what's making me safe right now because the fear in me is making people see this and they bag up. They don't come my way. I'm not ready to connect with the world yet. See, when I don't wear this outfit,
I never heard no gangster admit that they had fear, though. This was different for me because I never heard no gangster that I looked up to admitting that they had fear.
Well,
Whenever I heard that word, it was like, don't fear nothing. Don't fear nothing.
Why you pack a pistol? Are you fearing for your life? Why you had this uniform? Do you want people not to approach you and say, hey, damn, he's a crip?
So that's why I feel like that when I get dressed.
Right.
I just be feeling a certain way, or when I put that thing on my hip,
It's false hope,
Yeah,
bro.
it just make me feel like that's what power is and that's what a man is. But now I'm starting to look at it different.
That's what society wants you to believe. Do you not go back to the beginning of this? You are 40% of the prison system. You are 30% of the country. Your black people got 70% of daddies not in the home.
Yeah, that's some crazy math right there.
Owning homes, you all on the lower of the totem pole. White people average of earning is $200,000. Black people average of earning is $48,000. Pay attention to the numbers, and the numbers will start telling you, you as black people are still slaves within our mind, bro.
Wow.
But you go out and you look at Puffy, Jay-Z, they had made billions, so you thinking I can be like this, but the society, the structure is showing you, I'm finna break they asses down.
And speaking of breaking, it seems like the moral to the story is we, as a people, need to break the chains of psychological slavery
There you go.
in order for us to elevate and seek happiness and peace.
Not to hit you, but look, bro, this is a book. And I want you to start looking at this. It's a picture book, Beyond Sanctuary.
Wow, you ain't never showed me no book.
Right, but this is where we're going. This is Beyond Safe.
Oh, no, my bad. Crips.
Look at
By
that.
Donald
black man.
Bakir.
There you go, a black man been hung on a light pole.
Man,
You
That's
start
real?
paying attention to this. This is your history. And then you start looking at the numbers and wondering why you still down.
see, I couldn't imagine that, man.
Show your people that. This is what's in your mind. In your mind is your ancestors, your past, your history. You're feeling inferior, and you don't even know it. But your inferiority complex has now turned to what you think is power, and your power is now killing your own people. So you are glorifying, and they're uplifting you, and they're letting your people make money to say it's okay to do time in prison. It's okay to deal drugs. It's okay to kill your own black people. It's okay to sexualize your women. Your girls are twerking. Your little girls.
Wow.
Through the frequency of the music, and this is where you come from.
Yeah, man, it's hurting my heart to look at this, man.
But we're going to find out. But I hope the people take heed of what we're talking about. And I hope they understand. This is not a black-white thing. This is a mindset that's been put on your people. And it's time to break that mindset, because that mindset is coming from the mark of the beast. You are being the beast, and you are glorifying that you're a beast through this uniform. Because this uniform glorified killing of another black man. So I might as well have a Ku Klux Klan uniform, a white supremacist uniform. You fighting Trump when you need to start paying attention to your own people and change this here. But with that said, we out. One love.
Peace.